Hey guys, we're back. Dragonfall, butt stuff. Anyway, last time I got this cool new suit. Paul died, but whatever. He was kind of bland. Anyway, well, not really, but I just wanted to sound like an asshole for a second. Anyway, everybody got new abilities. So I gotta figure these out. Nova hot targeting. That's not bad. I think I'm gonna go with this. For him, just because he's a decker. We're gonna deck with him. I'm gonna give her this. This 14 damage is not bad. 4 armor piercing is not bad. Okay. Vital. Dragonfall now harms all foes within 3 miles. 3 tiles of D for 16 damage. That's really good. I mean, that reduces 5 damage, so that's not bad. $16, that's basically like, I guess that's like an incendiary grenade. What did I pick? One AP to cast. Cover when they're hit this. I'm thinking I was gonna go with this one. Yeah. Plus 5 damage buff is not bad. That's not bad. I mean, maybe if I'd picked this, then I would have gone with that. I think I'll go with this, just because she's a weapons specialist. And I probably won't empty all of my weapons before 7 turns. So say confirm all. Confirm. Alright. I guess now you can just sell this shit, I guess. Maybe not all of it. Sell this. I don't need this anymore. I'll talk to Dante. Alright. Dante lifts his head and looks up at you mournfully. The feral aggression is gone from his eyes. He's changed, you can see it, but he's still Dante. Alright. So I guess I can take him on missions now. So, nose whistle. Dante was very helpful out there, but I'm a bit concerned about his fire-breathing critical cool trick, don't you think? Wait, he can petrify people? I don't remember if he can do that. I mean, that's awesome if he can. Good trick, don't you think? It's handy. Not that hard to argue. It's not hard to argue. He's not a normal dog, not by a long shot. Is he possessed? No, he's not. Soon you checked his aura and discovered he's part hellhound. Monica trained him for months to be combat ready. We had a hellhound in the house and Monica didn't tell us for months. Nosewhistle has him under control. Dante performed well in the field. Followed commands flawlessly. I have no concerns, alright? Welcome to the team, Dante. Alright. I guess we got to do this. Make it easy for me. Alright, the cool blue tones of the workstation's main menu fill the screen. A blinking message in the upper right corner notifies you that you have 0 unread messages, alright? What's on the show, MBBS? There's a little pay data. DNA donor list. Okay, it's nothing. And I don't have anything. Alice's optical chip, alright? You slot the optical chip into the computer's waiting chip jack. On the screen, Alice's office blossoms into view. A half-second later, a real-time simulation of Alice appears. Seated behind her mahogany desk, something about it reminds you of a figure from a wax museum, lifelike but dead inside, huh? It greets you with a facsimile of Alice's joyless smile. Customer name, Nosewhistle. Its voice is hollow, synthetic, an automaton masquerading as a living woman, one who you've never even met in the flesh. Account number 1012579. Greetings, valued customer. I am an offline simulacrum of the Alice persona. I have been included on this chip to answer any questions that you might have about your information purchase. Empty piece of tech. Now, if you're ready to proceed, I will present Alice's findings. You may interrupt this presentation at any point by saying, Alice, I have a question. Is that the only thing you'll respond to, or can I talk to you like a normal person? The simulacrum hitches slightly. You may interrupt this presentation at any point by saying, Alice, I have a question, okay? That answers that. We're ready. Let's get this show on the road. Very well, commencing presentation. The simulacrum goes rigid for a moment, then seems to relax. When it speaks, it sounds more natural, as though the real Alice is speaking through it. It's probably a recording. Alright, Nosewhistle, I've got good news for you, and I've got bad news. Let's start with the good news. I found Fauclair, and he is alive. Thank God. The trail to your missing doctor was a long and slippery one. The fee that you paid me barely covered my costs for the job. I sent a team into the SOX on a fact-finding mission. I bribed government officials. I greased the palms of wage slaves at megacorps all across Europe. Okay, wait. Sent a team into the SOX. Fact-finding mission. All right. So does she have her own special Shadowrunners? Or... Each step I took eliminated possibilities, drew me a little bit closer, and finally I found the place where Fauclair is being held. The simulacrum makes a sweeping gesture with its right hand, and an image switchblades onto the screen, a grainy overhead photograph, annotated with map coordinates. You recognize it immediately. This is where you'll find him. He is being held captive at a remote estate called the Harfeld Manor. Full circle. You gotta be kidding me. Yes. He was there the whole time. To be fair, no wonder he was super fucking heavily guarded. Lori says nothing. She just studies the photograph and nods. Okay, nobody tell me. I get it. This is something else that I missed. There it is. Say nothing. The The simulacrum pauses and a brief tremor washes over its body. Its eyes flutter and you can hear the sound of your computer working to process more of the chip's data. Iger turns to address the team. If Falclair's at Harfeld, we've got problems. The last time we broke into that place, they took Monica out. It was a miracle that any of you got out alive. Yeah, but now we know what's down there. This time we'll be prepared for it. We can handle this. No. Iger shakes her head. No, it'll be even worse this time. The first time we went in, we had the element of surprise on our side, but now they'll be expecting us. They're hunting us, remember? Security team is going to be waiting for us. Dietrich, that Aldrin bastard, is going to be waiting for us. I probably wish I'd interrupted her. And even if we make it past them, we're going to have to deal with the dragon in the basement. I guess we're waiting on it to get information. Well, what else can we do? Cut and run? The last time I checked, that wasn't an option either. Even if it were, I wouldn't take it. I'm not running from this. Not after what they did here tonight. Some kind of edge. None of us are glory, but Iger's right. We can't just go charging in there again without some kind of edge. The simulacrum jerks back to life. It resumes speaking, blissfully unaware of the conversation that it's cutting off. And now, Nosewhistle, onto the bad news. You now know where Valclair is, but rescuing him will not be possible. I also have a question. You could just, without waiting for a response. Why the hell not? In the course of my investigation, I encountered something... It probably has to be Mita. In the course of my investigation, I encountered something terrifying in the Matrix. It was fast, cunning, and very definitely intelligent. I'm convinced that I only escaped because it let me go. It could have killed me in a heartbeat if it wanted to. I feel like it killed... That's what killed Monica and Green Winters. It's the thing that I met is protecting the Harfeld Manor, and it's going after anyone who gets too close to what's happening there. Alice, what did you see in there? What is going after these people? She's not going to respond. By way of explanation, I would like you to read the following document. The simulacrum makes another sweeping gesture, and the menu slides back onto the screen. This time it is filled with text. What you're looking at is an archived forum discussion from the early days of the Shadowrun BBS. Let's hear the text on the screen. It isn't kidding, Chief. This discussion is dated back to 2036. That's ancient history in the decking community. It probably isn't even correct to call these guys deckers. Hackers would be the more appropriate term. When you finish reading it over, say, Alice, I'm done, and we can continue. Read the archived discussion. As you lean in to read, the text slowly begins to scroll up from the bottom of the screen. Y'all hear about the SK team that got crisped a few hours ago? A whole lab's worth of researchers, all buffed and broken beyond recognition, ugly stuff. At this point, who hasn't? Big Pharma? Alright, so... Power spike, got them right through their data jacks, like a bolt of lightning to the brain, a 1 in a million accident. Is what they're saying. Mr. Mayhem, 9/12/38. You believe that? Got a more plausible explanation. Yes, actually, it was a cleanup operation. Color me intrigued. What were they cleaning up? Is this supposed to be Luftwehr? A secret project that Luftwehr didn't want anything to do with. You might have heard rumors about it. That project name was Apex. And you've lost me. Apex Clockwork, seriously? That'll line a Drek. I'm telling you, jokers, Apex is real, or at least it was until the Whizworm pulled the plug. Come on, Clockwork, we're still decades away from seeing a fully functional AI. You know that. Those Apex stories that have been floating around, they're just some conspiracy nuts wet dream. Fine, keep your head in the sand. Some of us know the truth when we read it. Okay, Clock, I'll humor you, but riddle me this. If Lothier had an armed and operational AI in his claws, why kill it? You remember what happened to most of Echo Mirage? The crash virus killed them, fried their brains, but I don't see how that has to do with anything. With the commercial release of the CDT-1000, some security firms are working on counter-intrusion software that could do the same thing. Black IC. You can look it up if you don't believe me. Okay. So this is the... That's... Yeah. Well, scary stuff, man. Well, the goal of the Apex project was even scarier. IC waits for you to come to it. Apex wouldn't be bound by those restrictions. It could go hunting, hit its targets when they least expect it. That's why they call it Apex. It was designed to be the apex predator of the digital world. It seems like any kind of software that would be written... 38. That's... like 2054, I think the game takes place in. So that's 16 years. Yeah, that's forever. It's like Blitz said, that's forever in like computer time. So it's unlikely that any program written would work with modern hardware. I don't know, whatever. It's just, you know, what with yeah, whatever. Digital world. And so rather than using it to his advantage, Lothier decided to kill it in the cradle. Big Pharma. The Wizworm's no fool. Some things are too dangerous to play around with. How would you put that genie back in the bottle if it ever slipped out of your control? Answer, you couldn't. And then it would take over the world. Exclamation mark 1-1. Okay, this thread has officially gone off the rails. I'm closing it down for the good of mankind. Well, it wouldn't... This all happened in like one day. I guess now. Scroll of text comes to a stop. Alice, I'm done. The simulacrum jerks back to life, then settles into a neutral pose. There are no official records in the Sader-Krupp database to support the existence of the Apex project, but the thing that I encountered was Apex, of that I am certain, or something analogous to it, I guess. Just as I am certain that Apex was responsible for the deaths of Monica Schaefer, Green Winters, Clockwork, Peregrine, and a score of other Deckers over the last 16 years. Yeah, 16, yeah. Let's raise his hand. Hold up, Alice, I have a question. I thought they said Lothier killed Apex. They speculated as much, yes. How does she predict every... Because this is all pre-recorded, so how does she predict every possible conversation? They speculated as much, yes. They were wrong on that account. On that count. I do believe that Sader-Krupp was developing Apex as a tool for Matrix warfare. I'm also convinced that the IT personnel who were killed... were the Apex development team. But I don't think that Lothier was responsible for their deaths. Apex killed them. That'd be my... Oh, now she's responding to everything. That'd be my guess, yes. In the turmoil surrounding Lothier's buyout of Sader-Krupp, a number of projects went missing. I believe that Apex was appropriated by a member of Feuerschwinge's organization at this point. It was then unleashed on its own development team to silence them. Since then, it has provided information control for the Firewing. A pet AI could explain how Feuerschwinge has managed to maintain her conspiracy and avoid detection for the past 2 decades. Anytime anyone gets close, the AI takes them out and scrubs the record clean. So there's your bad news, Nose Whistle. Fauclair is still being held at the Harfeld Manor, but knowing that does you no good because you can't approach the place. I doubt that you could open the door without Apex frying you. We did last time. No, we didn't. We had to kill a Decker to do that. And they were trying to protect their secret. Like Aldrin said, if we hadn't gone down into the basement, they'd have let us go. Apex didn't react to us until Monica attempted to force the door to the basement. Well, she didn't hack into the thing. And now that the cat's out of the bag, they have no reason not to pull out the big guns on sight. Dietrich grimaces. You're right. We can't go back while Apex is in place. The room falls into silence. Finally, Iger turns to you. It's a plain nose whistle, and I don't have a fucking option. Kill Apex. If we can't turn back now, if Apex is standing between us and Falclair, then we need to find a way to kill Apex. So we're going to find a way to kill Apex somehow. Fucking A, boss, I'm in. Dietrich, neither you nor my character know a fucking thing about Matrix. So, yeah. Do you hear that, Alice? Do you have any suggestions? The simulacrum hitches again. The pause stretches, finally comes back to life. The AI has a kill switch, but Alice deemed any additional contact with Apex to be an unjustifiable risk. Attempting to reach the kill switch would be inadvisable. Maybe it's an optional choice. I don't think we have an option. Send me the warnings. I'm going to kill this thing. You and me both. Alice, tell us about Apex's kill switch. The simulacrum stares at you with dead eyes. Thanks to my close encounter with the AI, I was able to run a trace on it. Through this trace, she says she only thinks she survived because it let her go. But that raises a question of why. Through this trace, anyway, I discovered the physical address of a backdoor access point for Apex's programming in old Seder Krupp research lab. Long since abandoned and fallen into disrepair, the facility is now hotly contested gang territory. So does it need a server to be on or something? I don't know. I've also determined that a kill switch for the AI exists somewhere in the basement of this facility. I will provide you with a physical address. Yeah, Blitz has good instincts. I never thought I'd say that. I don't like the smell of this chief. It said that Apex led Alice. Maybe, wait, if me and Blitz have the same instincts, does that mean I'm an idiot? Anyway, now Alice, why would a Matrix Warfare AI allow you to run a trace on it? She's not going to answer. It stares straight ahead, its eyes are dead. I'm afraid that the answer to that question falls outside of the scope of my written parameters. Maybe she's been deemed too valuable as an asset because everyone, all the big people use her as an information broker. So she probably is too... Certain people might find her too valuable. I'm guessing, alright. My written parameters. Simulacrum stutters one final time, then looks up at you with an apologetic smile. You have now reached the end of this presentation. I have been encoded with a final message from Alice to Nose Whistle. Playback commencing. The simulacrum's eyes go wide, and the life floods back into it. It stares directly at you. Nose Whistle, if you didn't listen to me before, listen to me now. Drop this, stop going after Valclair, get out of Berlin, and stay out of the Matrix. I'm telling you this for your own good. Well, I can't get on the Matrix, because I'm a fucking shaman and don't have a goddamn data jack. That's all I have to say. I'm following my own advice. I'm out. Don't try to contact me again, alright? Simulacrum reverts to its idle state, slumping like a puppet with its strings cut. Its eyes glaze over and its face goes slack. Then the screen cuts to black. Alright. So the dragon has a killer AI in charge of security. I can't say I'm surprised, but then nothing surprises me anymore. Alright. Are you sure about that? I feel like you've been surprised a couple of times. You're hard to surprise, but yeah. We know what killed Monica, we have a name for it, and we know how to kill it. That's good enough for me. We know what we have to do. We can either stand around talking about it, or we can go do it. Nothing. All I care about is getting us through this without any more casualties. We lost enough already. The only way to guarantee that is to kill the Firewing, Nose Whistle, and we can't do that without Falclair. Yeah, I know. Alright. I just didn't say it out loud. The eye is standing between us and what we need if we want to save our lives. Yes, just summary, we get the thing. I feel like this has been summarized like 5 times. Do something about Apex. We know what to do about Apex. Just fucking kill it. I will say that all this crazy talk, Chief, taking on an AI isn't just a bad idea, it's suicide, so my vote is to cut and run. Let's erase the rest of the group, sees the termination on their faces, and finally signs. But if you're really doing this, you want the best deck you can find along for the ride, and I guess that nominates me. Woo. Alice said that the kill switch is located in some old SK facility, assuming that the site was shut down sometime after the Apex project disappeared. It could have stood empty for years, maybe decades. So I guess we don't know when the Apex thing started. But anyway. Decades. She also said that the building was in gang territory now. I wonder if it'll be anything like Das Kesselhaus was. Gotta hope not. Was he here? I guess he was. There's only one way to find out. Let's get prepped. This thing isn't going to kill itself. Blitz glance. Is it you? The worry is painted all over his face. I can't believe I'm saying this, but you better bring me along. You tried going up against an AI without a Nova Hot Decker at your side, and you're probably going to regret it. Well, I mean, I feel like we won't be able to do anything, because if nobody can get into the Matrix... Yeah, alright. Iger begins her weapons check. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Whatever is there, we'll deal with it. First, we find our way into the basement. Improvise, adapt, overcome. That's something you're not good at, Iger. You tend to blame everybody when something goes wrong, but I suppose it's part of that was before your character arc, I guess. First, we find our way into the basement. When we kill the AI that killed Monica. I mean, you can't shoot an AI with a sniper rifle. That doesn't work. I think you'd understand that much. Damn right. The team breaks to begin gearing up. As she slides a shell into her shotgun, Iger catches your eye. You did good out there defending the Kreuzbuzzer. You've had our backs the entire way. Made good decisions. Gonna hug now. We're gonna hug now. I don't think so. I don't want to hurt you. Anyway, we should get back to it. We've got an AI to take out after all. Nose Whistle, do me a favor and keep your eyes open on this one. We're walking into the unknown here. Makes me a little uneasy. I've got your back. Smiles, claps you on the shoulder. I know you do, and I've got yours. You've more than earned that, Harry. Mascara run. That's a good question. Do I have mascara? Or is that like tattoos? Or am I just like... Or my eyes just sunken in like a... Am I like a raccoon? Right. Stop it, you're making my mascara run. She smirks as she slides a shotgun into its sheath on her back. I have the effect on people sometimes. Goodbye on you too, we've got a job to get ready for. Yeah, me and I are buddies now. New objective, head to Apex backdoor facility. Right now. Yeah. Guess we're gonna need to find a new fixer at some point. But I feel like we're heading towards the end of the game, alright. Yeah, alright. Molit seems to be out doing stuff. Kami's not here. See how they're doing. Oh, Luca Dware's here. Look at Backrunner, see around. Alright, he's got nothing to say. He just hangs out in the cafe. Kami. Altug Barakazi, the Turk, is pale, his eyes sunken into his head, ringed by dark circles. And tell me what has happened. We are closed today, Effendi. I would have locked the door, but the lock is broken. I bet something happened to Kami. She's missing. You look terrible, my friend. Tell me what has happened. He rubs his hand across his mouth. During the attack on the Kreuzbasser, they broke through the door, heavily armed, 2 of them. They broke through the door and just started shooting. No questions, normally just shooting. Kami, my girl, my little street rat, collects himself. Is she okay? Reaching under the counter, I keep a gun there, you see, and they saw, both of them turned on me. Goldschmidt, that fat idiot Goldschmidt, flung himself in my way. How he managed to move that great massive body so quickly is a mystery to me. Goldschmidt really was your friend, man. He hung there, suspended in time as they shot him, dancing on their bullets as they ripped him apart. But he shielded me long enough, Effendi. I was able to get my gun and end those sons of whores. I'll get the bastards who did this. Of course you will, my friend. Of course you will. Someone has tread on the tail of a sleeping snake, and we have been bit. Now its head must be removed, or our little kiets will fall. Still is good for us, I think. Healthy. It reminds us that even though we have created our little island of stability in the Kreuzbasser, this is still the flux state, still Berlin, and the wolf is always at the door. If we are to keep our home, we must be vigilant, and we need people like Monica, people like you, to keep it safe. Sagolon, my friend, be healthy, be strong. I'll go back on her defend. I may serve you, alright. So did you, alright? That kind of killed it, alright. It's a good time, I'll be, alright. Is Kami dead? I get that Goldschmidt who's sacrificed himself. Okay. The elf behind the counter says nothing. She stands inside staring at you. No cryptic messages this time, no prophecies. No, not for what just happened here. Not today. Alright. Today I wish to offer you a gift, something special. She leans in towards you, and for the first time since your initial meeting, she opens her eyes wide. Her voice goes deadly serious. I want you to look at me, not with the crude orbs of meat in your skin. Yeah, she's not an elf, she's something else. I want you to use your true vision, you know, the kind that I mean. Just this once, I will cast aside the veil. Just this once, you will see what I really am. Yeah, I've called it. She's not elf. Because she called me elf, like I'm... Use astral perception to read Absinthe Aura. Your third eye flits open, casting the world into a shimmering sea of grayness. Cautiously you peer into Absinthe Aura. Chaos. You are standing into the mouth of chaos, a howling vortex of golden light and green water, with a gaping maw of pure nothingness at its center. As you stare into the void, you can feel it staring back, alluring to fucking, what was his name? Nietzsche. Alright. Its vision reaches into and through you, and then all at once it swallows you. In the stillness at the center of that yawning void, time seems to slow. Gradually you find a semblance of peace. There's beauty here, and the interplay of green and gold swirling around you is breathtaking, intoxicating. Your thoughts become sluggish. It feels like you've been drugged. Slowly through the swirling water, you begin to catch sight of something, a huge alien shape, lined with ribbon-like tendrils of golden light. You can feel it closing in on you, a looming presence of suffocating enormity. Slowly, haltingly, it reaches towards you. Your arms and legs feel heavy and useless. It feels like you're swimming in tree sap. You are helpless. What's left of your sense of self rebels, and unconsciousness slams into you like a freight train. Suddenly, mercifully, everything goes black. No real explanation of what you are. What the hell are it? When you struggle your way back to the... She's not going to give a straight answer. When you struggle your way back to consciousness, you find yourself lying in a heap on the ground. Absinthe offers a hand to help you to your feet. What the hell are you? It's kind of rude. I am nothing of consequence, an observer of human nature, nothing more, alright? Just humans, not any of the other metatypes, I guess. We come from very different places, Nose Whistle, but we both call this Kreuzbus our home, and I hope that you still will consider me a friend. It's not an answer, tell me what you are. I mean, I'm not denying that we're friends. You are. Something beyond your understanding, a child of the astral plane, wild and free, unfettered by the bonds of servitude that chain so many of my kind. In truth, what I am should not concern you so much as what I know. Beyond your understanding, a child. Some kind of spirit. I don't totally understand Shadowrun cosmology as well as I should or could. Okay, I'll bite what you know. Truths hidden from mortal eyes, of course. In my time as an observer of this world, I've witnessed a great many things, wonders and terrors beyond measures, the birth and death of nations, the rise and fall of gods. I have seen the ebb and flow of magic from the fourth world to the fifth to the sixth. I have watched, but not before that. I have watched in awe as the tides carried wonder and miracle into the world of men, and I have mourned as they were swept back out again. I have borne witness as the cycle began and ended and began itself anew. I have seen what came at the end of the fourth world thousands of years ago when ancient Thera crumbled into the sea. I saw the things that crawled in the carcass of that once great nation, vile, terrible things. Even now I can feel them. They drift on tides of mana, hungrily awaiting the end of the sixth world, and the death of all that you know. Alright? So, the horrors. I know that those are, sort of. I've seen what they will do when this world has run its course, Elf. Okay, I'm Elf now. I'm not Nose Whistle anymore, alright? They will rip the guts from your dying civilization, and they will feast upon your screams. Hold up, who are they? Yep, things born of nightmare horrors. The dark spaces between the metaplanes crawl with them. She looks into your eyes, and you can feel your head swimming. Your kind fears what it can see. Corporations, dragons, violence, and poverty, and the random cruelty of fate. If you could perceive reality the way that I do, you would know that there are much greater things to fear. If the world were an ocean, the hazards that you know might be sharks. Dangerous creatures to be sure, and worthy of respect, but below them in the silent deep, Leviathan circles. All right. She turns away. Go now, Nose Whistle. Talk to Algernon. After all that has happened, I'm sure that he'll be glad to see you, but remember what I've told you I will. All right. Oh, he's standing here. Got something. Salutations, youngster. I believe that the Kreuzbus are still standing next to you. Now I'll be humble. It was a team effort. Monica would have done the same. I agree. And you have filled her shoes admirably. Now tell me, how may I serve you? Question for you if you don't mind. Alright, you're in luck. I have a great many of answers. What can you tell me about Dante? He's not a normal dog. Indeed not. Dante is part hellhound, bred to be an elite guard dog. I assume that he's manifested some of his awakened abilities. Yeah, how do you know he was a hellhound? He could probably stare at his aura. I mean, I'm a shaman, and I never bothered to astrally perceive my dog. So, whatever. Monica bought him from me some time ago, alright? Yeah, that explains a lot. He was a special order. She thought he could guard Herr Amzel while she was away on business. Should I be worried about him? I would keep him fed if I were you. I understand he likes soy jerky, but if what I've heard is true, he is bonded to you. Unless you mistreat him, you have nothing to worry about. Now, is there anything else that you need to know? Was it deal with your assistant? There's something funny about her eyes. Absinthe is a friend, nothing more. She helps out around the shop when the fancy strikes her. She is nobody's assistant, and I am no one's master. You haven't answered my question. If I was for a moment considering, I believe that they suit her personality. Shrewd, shrewd. Now, is there anything else you want to know? Let's see what you're selling. I could get Conjuring 7. You can get that. I still have some Nuyen. I'm going to sell this. Yeah, I have 9. Just to get an extra bit of, get an extra bump. Yes, a bolt. If I was a mage, this would be useful, but I'm not. Damage 12. Let's sell this again. So I guess Kami's dead. I mean, she didn't have a lot of character development, but she was like a teenager. It's kind of shitty. Talk to Gunnery. See how he's doing. Nose whistle. I'm glad to see that you made it through the attack. Not all of mine were so lucky. Are you okay, Herr Metbach? No, I lost a niece today. But I'm doing a whole hell of a lot better than our attackers are. The sons of bitches hit the wrong kids. I'll put 6 of them in the ground personally, and when I find out who they are, where they lived, his head in spits, ain't nothing gonna save those people. Right? He shakes his head and returns his attention to you. But you didn't come here to listen to me rage. You're after a bit of payback yourself, I'll wager. So what can I do to help you get here? Let's see what... Probably won't buy anything, but I'll just look at it. Vindicator minigun. I cannot hold that. Wait, pure body protector. Plus 1 body. It's an armor 9. Is that better than what I have? I mean, that's probably a little subjective considering. Yeah, armor 8. Plus 1 to all attributes, though. So that's... I mean, the maximum I think is 10. Plus 1 close combat, plus 1 range combat, and plus 1 dodge. That's not bad. It basically gives me 1 armor and removes all the advantages, though. Zach Flash, see how he's doing. That was crazy, mein Freund. Bullets flying, people dropping like flies. Crazy. Well, Zach had to use his magic on a few of them. See that puddle over there? He lazy points to a yellow-green stain on the cobblestone that gives you a slow nod. Yeah, that was one of them, attacker. Thy name is Goo. Spilled this drink. Is that pee? I think it's pee. Yeah, he's full of shit. This guy... One of these days you're going to have to demonstrate this powerful magic of yours for me. He smiles widens. One of these days, my friend, absolutely. You're here for a reason. What can old Zach get for you? I think I... Sorry. Alright, Flash is a special shit for 1 round. Two body, 1 strength. It's not that useful for me. Jazz is still like the best thing I have, or I can get. Jazz and Bliss, but I don't have any room for. Yeah. Let's see if Ezcabal is how he's doing. Nose whistle. Dr. Ezcabal gives you a 1 silver nod. I see that you made it through the attack relatively unscathed. Do you have any run-ins with the attackers? No, truth be told, I was in surgery when the attackers hit, and they never disturbed my office. Spent the entire sorry event elbows deep in the abdomen of an elderly dwarf. His nephrotic screen needed a tune-up, lucky you. He grins conspiratorially. Lucky him, you mean. Poor old guy had the bladder capacity of a pygmy shrew. He was in desperate need of my help. What can Trios do for you today, alright? I'm not gonna... I think there's only 2 Zero Essence cyberware things. In the whole game, and I have them. I don't think I'll get any. I'm gonna see if Simi is around. Wonder if she isn't dead. Alright. Lucky Strike's here. See what her opinion is. Lucky Strike stands in her customary place, her gear piled atop a nearby bar stool for once she isn't smoking. She gives a small nod as you approach. Hey again, Nose Whistle, what's up? You said you've got a team in Mitte. I'd like to hear a little more about them. She shrugs. They're good people. They get the job done. What else do you need to know? Their names, for one. You know my team. I'd like to know something about yours. Alright, sure, why not? We've got Ractor. He's a rigger. He's an immigrant from the Russian Republic. Genius mechanic and engineer. The guy built his own crawler form drone, and he's impressive as hell at piloting it. And there's Barracuda, the team's shaman and face man. He's an elf in his mid-40s. He's got the whole silver fox thing working for him. He conducts most of our negotiations. Great card player. Hanshin is our decker and requisite tough guy. Troll, huge, covered in tats and piercings. You know the type. Pretty sure that he and Barracuda have a thing going on, but they'll never cop to it. She presents herself to you with an ironic smile, and then there's me between us. We keep our bases covered, alright? How are they to work with? Solid. We're on the same page and nobody's afraid to speak his mind. We all get how a crew of anarchist runners is supposed to work. Even Ractor, who's still pretty new to the scene here in Berlin, gets tense from time to time, but it's supposed to get tense. Better that than to have to defer to a leader and follow orders. We're all free and we know it. All right. Anyway, about them, I don't come here to talk about work. Was there something else you wanted to talk about? I mean to ask what's up with the tattooed circuitry. Is it purely decorative or... It is now, wasn't always though. Stretches her neck. The circuit pattern on her face can catch the light. What you're looking at used to be a tattoo magic. Got it done when I was in Tokyo doing a job for the Yakuza. That's a new one on me. Yeah, it was for me too. It's a meta magic thing, a way of quickening spells to a person, binding magic into the flesh so that it's almost impossible to get rid of. Anyway, long story short, I found a way to break it. Now it just looks pretty in the lamplight. What did the tattoos do before you broke them? She pauses for a moment, considering finally she shrugs. Sure, I'll tell you why not. Maybe knowing will keep you from making the same mistake. So, when I went to work for the Yaks, they offered no, insisted that I let them ink me, said I needed for the job. Long story short, the tattoos did boost my abilities, but they also branded me, marked me as Yakuza property, and gave them an easy way of tracking me from the astral plane to break the spell. That's an even longer story, and not one that I want to get into. Suffice to say that it started with killing the guy who inked me, and ended in a pretty dark place. The upshot is that I can't go back to Japan ever, but at least I got my autonomy back. She pauses for a moment to light up another cigarette. After she fills her lungs with smoke, she continues. So the moral of this story, I guess, it's not to take an employee's word at face value. It's a lesson that every Shadowrunner needs to learn sooner or later, but I had a harder time with it than most. Now, can we talk about something else, or better yet, can we shut up and have a drink or two? All of this yapping is making me thirsty. I gotta run. See ya. Alright, yeah, see ya. Alright. Simi isn't anywhere around. I mean, I guess they had to have some of the characters die to make it feel like there was impact. Talk to Sam. See how things are running. Wait, what's this? Inspect. The Nose Whistle Civic Center, huh? That's neat. Nose Whistle, what a relief it is to see you alive. You should know that your generosity has saved dozens of lives. What happened? I know what the fuck happened, dude. When the attackers came, we all took refuge in the Nose Whistle Civic Center. Strong walls and sturdy gate kept us all safe from harm. Had our people been on the street, they've been in our building, which came under fire during the attack, none of them would be alive. We owe you, Nose Whistle, more now than ever. You may not look upon yourself as a hero, but to the people of the Kreuzbosser, that is what you will always be. Ask about Alexander. How's Alexander doing? So anyway, he's adjusting with difficulty. Your friend Dietrich took a chance there, yeah. Organization. Accepting donations. Thank you, friend, but no, we've grown so much as I am comfortable with for 1 year, and you have done quite enough already. Alright. I can't go inside. Civic Center. I guess we prepare for the run. Assemble the team and travel to the coordinates that Alice provided you to find a backdoor access point and shut down the Apex AI. Creature crew, your dog. Kano. She has magic. She had... I mean, she somehow has 9 essence, so... It's 0 magic. Okay. She has 6 essence and 0 magic somehow. Even though she does have... crack shot. Alright. I definitely have to bring Blitz. Dietrich hasn't seen any action in a while. Wouldn't necessarily be bad to have a second shaman who's also a sort of a mage. He's for dodge. I'm tempted to bring him. Soy jerky treat. HP 30. Move speed +1. Doggy. I don't know how he's carrying any of that, but whatever. Yeah, I'll take him. I'll take Dietrich. Alright, I might regret this loadout, but I can probably pull it off. I have a Decker, that's the important thing. Alright. AI system continue. Apex Rising. Apex, an artificial intelligence designed for Matrix warfare. The thought of it sends a chill down your spine. For years, the shadows have been ripe with rumors of true AI. Names like Mirage and Psychotrope have fueled conspiracy boards on the Shadowland BBS since 2029. Most savvy Shadowrunners dismiss these stories as bunk. But from what Alice has told you, at least one of those stories is real. Apex is waiting for you, somewhere down in the basement of an abandoned Satyr-Krupp lab. Unfortunately, you're going to have to wade through a lot of gang territory to get there. Continue. Alright. Alright. I wonder if I can give him other spells. He can't use other weapons, I'm guessing. Doesn't make sense, but can he learn other... If I give him other items... Are there 4th ranks of this I could have bought? I probably could have bought the next rank of Blur. Yeah, fucking oh well. We'll probably be able to make it. Unless... No. 3. Alright, I guess 3 is probably high enough. Alright. I'll go. Game auto saved. And with that, I think I'll save this for next session.